Why do people listen to sad songs when they're already sad? Why does pressing a sore muscle actually feel good? And why do we sometimes go back to memories, people, or habits that hurt us? Here's the weird truth. Pain can feel comforting, not because we like suffering, but because our brain is strange, emotional, and honestly, a little lazy. Let's break this down. Think about this. You've had a long, terrible day. Nothing went right. You come home, lie on the bed, put on a sad song, and suddenly you feel calmer. That doesn't make sense, right? Shouldn't pain make pain worse? But instead, your brain goes, ah, yes, this feels familiar. And that word, familiar, is the key. Your brain loves familiarity more than happiness. Let that sink in. The brain's main job is not to make you happy. Its job is to keep you safe and predictable. And what's more predictable than something you already know, even if that thing is pain? If you've been stressed for a long time, calm can actually feel uncomfortable. Your brain starts thinking, why is everything quiet? Something bad must be coming. So it pulls you back to what it knows. Overthinking, worry, emotional pain. It's like wearing tight shoes for years. When you finally take them off, walking barefoot feels strange. Not painful, but unfamiliar. Pain works the same way. Now here's the second reason pain feels comforting. Control. When you choose pain, it feels safer than unexpected happiness. Example, rewatching a sad movie you already know will make you cry. You're in control of the pain. You know when it starts, you know how it ends. But happiness? Happiness is risky. What if it disappears? What if it doesn't last? Pain at least keeps its promises. That's why people stay in toxic relationships, not because they're weak, but because their brain says, this pain is predictable. I know how to survive this. New happiness feels like walking in the dark. Old pain feels like walking with your eyes closed, but on a road you've memorized. Now, let's talk about something even weirder. Pain releases comfort chemicals. When you cry, your body releases endorphins. These are natural painkillers. Same chemicals released during exercise, deep emotional talks, even physical pain. That's why crying sometimes feels relieving. That's why stretching a sore muscle hurts, but also feels amazing. Your brain literally rewards you for feeling pain, as long as it believes the pain has meaning, which brings us to the biggest reason pain feels comforting: meaning. Pain gives emotions a shape. Sadness without reason feels scary, but pain with a story feels manageable. That's why heartbreak hurts, but also feels deep. That's why people say, at least I felt something. Pain reminds us we're alive. Numbness scares us more. So the brain chooses pain over emptiness. Here's a simple real-life example. Ever touched a tooth with your tongue again and again, even though it hurts? You already know the answer. Your brain is checking, is it still there? Is it the same pain? Pain becomes a reference point. Now, here's the important part. Comforting pain is not healing pain. Pain can feel safe, but staying there keeps you stuck. The brain confuses familiarity with safety, but familiar pain still hurts. The goal isn't to eliminate pain overnight. The goal is to slowly teach your brain that calm is not danger, that peace is not boring, that happiness doesn't always mean something bad is coming. Healing feels uncomfortable at first because it's unfamiliar, just like silence feels loud after years of noise. So next time you find comfort in sadness, old wounds, or emotional pain, don't judge yourself. Your brain is just doing what it learned to do. But remember this, you can train it to learn something new. Pain feels like comfort, only until comfort becomes normal again. And that's when real peace begins. If this made you think, or if you've ever felt comfort in pain, you're not broken. You're human. And your brain is just trying to protect you, even when it doesn't know how yet.